Okay, YouTube is started. We are waiting for 2, 3 more people, but I'll give them about a minute and go ahead and get started. You can go ahead and log into Canvas and it starting next. Okay, that's the one I need right there. Okay. All right, since most of you are here, we're going to go ahead and get started. The Zoom is up, the GoGuardian is up. What I would like for you to do while I do attendance is go into Canvas. So let me share with you first what we're doing. And I don't know why it always does that. Okay, we are in, and let me go back one first. Okay, hopefully your computer is acting better than mine. All right, we are going to start a new unit called Genetics and Mendel and Non-Mendelian Module. And there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of stuff. All right, one more coming in. Okay. All right, some housekeeping rules. Housekeeping rules. You got to be on camera. Got to be on camera. Some of you are logging in and then just logging in and walking away. We want to make sure that everybody is participating, and one of the rules of your school is that you have to be on camera. If you need to be off camera for a few minutes, just drop me a message in the chat that you're going to the restroom or you have to do something, but everybody needs to be on camera. Um, when I look at GoGuardian, I want to see your lovely faces. Um, Also, with this unit of genetics, there's a lot of activity. This is a very hands-on type activity, and there's a lot of vocabulary. So we're going to spend a lot of time today just going over vocabulary, because in order to do the activities, they're going to ask you, what is this? And you have to understand the vocabulary in order to answer it properly. So, just take a few quick minutes to go see. Look at this long list of very interesting words. And so the first, we're not even going to get past the first little video block on the Canvas page, because it covers a lot of understanding how we're going to use most of this vocabulary. So please take a few minutes to look this over. While you're looking that over, I'm going to go ahead and take attendance. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. So everybody, when I switch, now again, I do attendance from GoGuardian. So when I leave here, I go to GoGuardian. I'm looking to see who's logged in, who's actually logged in. And we're on, this is the module we're on. We're in Canvas. Everybody's going to be in Canvas. Everybody in Canvas. And we're looking for the genetics um, Mendelian and non-Mendelian module. All right, so all I need for you to do right now is to just read like this first paragraph here and then spend some time looking at these vocabulary words. After I take attendance, we're going to do the first, this on the next page, the first block on here. Um, and I might do this 2 ways because today's a short day. So I could do this 2 ways. We could do the block tomorrow and I can show the video today because the video goes through all of this language as well. Um, but when we look at that first one, this first block right here, and then that's because I'm in the middle of it. Go back. Mine won't start over. But anyway, the one that the block here is going to take us through a lot of vocabulary. So take a look at, start looking at that while I do attendance. Oh, there it goes. And then I will come back to working with you all. You don't see the module. Okay, it should be, hold on. Oh, not even in your class. I'm in my other class. That's why. Okay, give me 1 second to make sure that I'm in your class. Okay, fifth period. I was just looking at the fact that I was in biology and not looking at whether your module was assigned or not. Give me 1 second to fix that. My computer's been freezing all morning. I have got to clear up some files and delete. A lot of times when you all send me stuff, I have to download it and to open it, and I need to delete all that stuff. So, because it is slowing down my computer. But in the meantime, make sure that you are, okay, we got somebody else coming to class. Okay, come on. I can click on everything but this module. Okay, here we go. Let me get you all loaded up. Okay. There we go. All right. So, all right. So what you need to do now is to maybe go out and come back and refresh your page, and then the module should be present. Okay. All right. So this is where we are. Michaela, where are you? You're not on camera. Okay. Everybody good now? Like I said, if you're not good, you might need to refresh your page so that you see it. All right. So again, you should be in this module, in the genetics module, and we are. What I want you to do while I'm doing attendance is just to read through this first page and look at the vocabulary. And then I think there's 2 things I could do with you because today's the short day. Okay, so again, take a minute. We're going to use all of this vocabulary in just a second. All right. So again, when I look at GoGuardian, everybody should be on Canvas. That's where I'm doing attendance from Jacob. Okay, we're only missing 2 people. All right, and again, I can't stress enough that you try to spend some time with that vocabulary. You do have an end of course test at the end of the state given end of course test. In addition to the regular end of class tests for the school, you are also, this is a class that does the state EOCT. So you do have to make sure that you stay on top of your vocabulary, that the best way to answer a question is to know what the question is asking you. The best way to do that is to understand the vocabulary. All right, give me. And in this case, like I said, it's not going to be possible for you to do an activity without understanding what the vocabulary is, because for example, it's going to ask, you're going to have to know the visual and match it with the word. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, attendance is done. All right. So again, they've previewed some the topics for the module. We're going to start off with Mendel's laws of genetics. So there are some rules. There's a lot of rules that go along with this of what you can and cannot do. So the laws, we're going to have to learn the laws. We have to understand what we mean by monohybrid and dihybrid. So we're going to talk about um, chromosomes like we did with the mitosis and meiosis. In particular, we're going to talk about what happens during meiosis, because meiosis, genetics is all about getting one gene from your mom and one gene from your dad. And same thing with male and female plants and animals. One is coming from one parent, one from the other. So we're going to talk about meiosis, which we did last semester. So a couple of times we'll revisit that. But we're more specific. We're looking at being able to recognize a gene pattern and being able to recognize if you carry the gene in one generation, what's it going to look like in the next generation? So that's what we're going to spend some time looking at and looking at what happens. We looked a little bit at mutation last time. We're going to talk some more about mutations when you have genetic disorders, when how often these things will show up. So we're going to talk about probabilities. Okay. All right. So we're in the next. So you go to the next section on your Canvas section. This is very short. I don't even, not even sure why they put it in. They put a lot of short videos in sometimes. Okay, that's kind of crazy, but
created using Powtoon.
That's okay. There we go. All right. So we are looking at physical traits, and the word traits is going to be kind of synonymous with genes. So the genes express the gene itself is a biological thing, but the gene expresses something. So that is a trait, and we're going to look at being able to predict these traits. And the other thing that we need to remember is all of these things that um, in science always have somebody who discovered them. So in this case, we're looking at Gregor Mendel. Mendel was the person who is called the father of genetics, and he did all the studies that we are using now. Now, in order for in nature, things happen naturally, but for these studies, he did things on purpose. So this is where we call selective breeding. Okay, he picked which plants he wanted to use. He um, had a technique in where he took the pollen from one plant from the male structure and placed it on the female structure so that he could get the type of results that he was looking for. So selective breeding is what we're looking at in this activity. Okay. All right. Now, I think what I'm going to do is give you a video to watch. And that video that we're going to watch tomorrow, we're going to spend this whole section,
is the
and
external
mine is in the middle because I started it before.
Modern Genetics Primer.
All right, let me bring it back so it can stop talking.
Mendel published a paper.
Come on. What will yours look? Oh, I think I went past the beginning. All right, I think yours should start and it just say Modern Genetics Primer. All right, that's the beginning.
Since the days of Mendel, a number of discoveries have been made that help us better explain what Mendel was witnessing in his experiments. Namely, we now know what DNA is, we know how meiosis works, and we can put these pieces together to come up with some vocabulary to describe the genetics behind Mendel's experiments.
Okay, I'm going to let mine stop right there. I'm just trying to get it back to the beginning. We're going to look at this tomorrow. This is going to go through all of the things that Mendel was talking about and a lot of the vocabulary. And then after that, I'm going to have you, so tomorrow again, I'm going to have you do this challenge, but that's based on doing this activity here. What I found with the last class is the video kind of glitched a little when I tried to show it in class. So what I'm going to do is give you this link and ask you, and I'm going to watch that you're watching. I would rather watch it with you, but it's been glitching so badly that it's kind of annoying. So I'm going to give you this link in the chat and ask that everybody watch this video. Now this too is going to go through a lot of vocabulary.
3 key factors to get in.
Okay, so that's the link.
Ivy League or top 25 university. And it's not having a good GPA or SAT score. Let me explain. 90% of students with a 4.0 plus.
Skip him. All right, so this is the video you should be watching. Like I'm seeing it on my screen and I'm not seeing
I were to say loving
share.
the plants
So I already
is in my DNA. You know what I meant, right?
I already know that this is glitching. All right, so what I need for you all to do is click on the link. This is the video you should be watching. And just pay close attention to the techniques. I'm going to watch along with you, but I'm going to put my sound off so that you can watch it yourself. Put it down real low. And I'll stop sharing so that that might conflict with what you're doing. But everybody should be on the link that I have in the chat and watch this. It doesn't take very long. And then we'll talk about it when it's done. Okay. Okay. The only person I don't see in Andrea, you got the link? Lee, you got the link? Okay, there you go. I can tell that a lot of you are finishing up on this video, and so is class. So just make sure that when you finish watching the video that you come back and kind of take a good look at where we're going to start tomorrow. So we're going to start with the Canvas unit that says Mendel's work and go through those two. Not tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay. So I will see you all tomorrow.